Episode 4, Flying Forest. Ding dong! The beast is dead! We got 99 problems, but the beast ain't one. In the aftermath, Penny is gone, Alice is dead, Quentin is getting multiple surgeries from a centaur, and Margot and Elliot have a land to rule. After Ember's little divine emission in the wellspring, magic is even iffier in Fillory. The wellspring isn't like a swimming pool. You can't just shut it down and blast it with chemicals. The children of Earth tend not to be very beneficial to Fillory, so after the beast's demise, there is a power vacuum in Fillory, and no one really respects Elliot as king. So Elliot's just sort of stuck in this land that he never wanted to rule in the first place. Our neighborhood Fillory Clinton, though, has an idea. A loophole, if you may. Just because his body has to stay in Fillory, who says his mind does? And thus, Return of the Margolem, version 2, the L-Golem. Quentin wakes up a real boy and realizes that the world still sucks. Penny shows up to the centaurs trying to get some help with his hands, but after the centaurs learn why he's having problems with his hands, they go, "Oh, it's because the caretaker cursed you? We're not messing with that." Quentin happens to see the White Lady, a being that upon capture grants 3 wishes. And after an uneasy truce, Penny and Quentin come together to go on a journey to find the White Lady to bring Alice back and get Penny's hands working again. Back on Earth, Julia tracks down Katie in order to get some assistance with dealing with Reynard. Marina left a message on her body, which turns out to be a locator number for a book at Breakbills. Since Katie was expelled, she can't go back, but with a mirror spell, she can help guide Julia through the library. The book that Julia ends up finding is a book on necromancy, but since the book can't leave campus, Julia has to copy it down in order to take it out. L-Golem is a resounding success, so now Margot and Elliot come back to Breakbills to find out that in their absence, Todd has taken over as the king of the physical kid's house in a suspiciously familiar vest. And Elliot, who is finally free of Fillory, goes to test out the boundaries of L-Golem, seeing if he is able to hook up with somebody here. It seems like the rules of Fillory don't apply to L-Golem, but just before he starts, Fen wakes him up in Fillory, and he ends up having this interdimensional threesome with both the man on Earth and Fen in Fillory. Penny and Quentin's quest leads them through the Flying Forest, which in the books was described as a forest that has trees that fly. But we very quickly find out that that's not actually what's going on here. Instead of trees flying, they're releasing a substance into the air that leaves both Penny and Quentin high as shit. This leads them to spending God knows how long circling the same rock. Elliot's new reality is sort of starting to get to him. He went into Fillory to escape the life that he was living and is now stuck living 2 new lives. It's very comedic and tragic how this is a man that didn't even really want to live 1 life who is now forced into participating actively in 2. Since Julia is at Breakbills copying down the necromancy book, Margot ends up seeing her and gives her a verbal lashing, being like "You got Alice killed, you're screwing up so much, I want you to know I do not like you." But at the end of it, it seems like that Margot got something out of her system, and she ends up giving Julia a spell that'll help her copy down the book faster. With the book now copied, Julia goes back to Marina's apartment, and her and Katie are able to use the necromancy spell to revive Marina. The spell only lasts a few minutes, but it is long enough for Marina to tell them about the fact that 40 years ago, a girl was able to trap Reynard until Julia released him, and now Julia's the only hope for trapping Reynard once again. As Penny and Quentin are walking around the same rock in the flying forest, Quentin eventually sees Alice's necklace on the ground, and this is enough to help temporarily break the high, and he is able to get himself and Penny outside of the forest, where they both come down from the high. Quentin crashes out and just starts getting hit with all of the emotions that he's been dealing with all at once. Penny is able to talk him down and be like, hey, you still want to help Alice, we can keep doing this, you can do this, I believe in us. And they are able to continue on their journey, where Quentin is finally able to catch the White Lady, where she tells them that she can fix Penny's hands, but she can't bring Alice back. And she asks Quentin if there's anything else he would like, and he says, no, magic's given me everything I've ever wanted, and the only thing I want now I can't get. Just send me back. And he gets sent back to Earth.